Is up? What is up? It's time to talk week 3, buy lows, sell highs, mistakes, misconceptions, knee jerk reactions, and everything you can think of. Hit me up here right now in the chat with a question. Feel free to super chat if you must to jump ahead and talk about whatever topic you want. What's up, James? Glad to have everybody joining me for another fine night of fantasy football talk. What's up, Damar? What up, ugly dude? What's going on, Watkins? What's up, Rapture? What's up, Alex, Jag, Nicholas, Mister, Jarrett, James, Isaac, MT? What's going on? Who's going to get Alvin Kamara right now? What's up? What's up, Adventures? Who's going to get Alvin Kamara right now? Who's going to get Mike Thomas? Who's going to get Mike Evans? Who's avoiding those guys? Who thinks that Drew Breesless New Orleans Saints is going to struggle? I kind of have a weird feeling that I'm not going to say they're going to do better, but I can see it now that between Bridgewater and Taysom Hill, they find a way to get creative and win and be efficient enough to keep defenses honest enough to get Kamara the carries he needs. And I think they get back to the run a little bit more. I mean, Kamara wasn't getting the run that we wanted him to get. He wasn't getting the usage that we wanted to get. So, in a way, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Now, I'm not of the thinking that, like, if you lose your starting quarterback, let's say Mayfield went down in Cleveland and they have no legitimate backup. I'm not of the thinking that, that means Chubb's going to go crazy. I'm of the thinking that defenses will stack the box and Chubb's going to do awful in that situation. But this isn't that situation. I think Taysom Hill and Bridgewater together, it's a weird duo. If you're in a 2 QB league or a super flex league, consider grabbing Hill because somehow he's going to probably be relevant. But I think these guys together are going to be okay, as DeMar is saying, surprisingly efficient or good. And that will keep defenses honest enough to say, we got to worry about Michael Thomas, we got to worry about Quinn, we got to worry about Cook, we have to worry about Lat Murray, line Kamara out in the flat or at a wide receiver, move them all over the field, and Kamara could get back to business, I think. So I'm okay with this from the Kamara standpoint. I worry a little bit about Mike Thomas dropping a little bit. What's up, Balls Life? Trade Carson for Lamar. You have Zeke and Fournette. Trade Carson for Lamar. That's a good enough trade if you need a QB bad. What's up, Billy? You already have Kamara, James. Jag has Kamara. Well, a lot of us are going to have Kamara because we're the fantasy football show and sleeperu.com community, and we were pretty big on Kamara being like the 1.01, and he fell to us in a lot of drafts. So I can understand that, and I'm not giving up. I'm not thinking we're screwed. The Drew Brees thing didn't. I can't say that I'm excited or that it helped, but I definitely think that it's not going to potentially be as bad as we think, and it could be a blessing in disguise in terms of how they use Kamara, get him back to doing Kamara things. Now, if they were using Kamara effectively with Brees, they probably do better. Kamara probably does better than a fully utilized Kamara in this offense, but they weren't fully utilizing him, so maybe it ends up being a good thing is what I'm saying. Best waiver wire ads this week. I've gone back and forth. I think Demarcus Robinson is maybe the top guy to get wide receiver-wise, even if McLaurin is there. McLaurin is good. I like him, but I think Demarcus Robinson kind of has the feel. What's up, Big Timer? The feel of a guy you want to go grab and hope that I know Watkins popped in week 1, and then it was Robinson. It could be Mecole Hart next week or go back to Sammy Watkins. I'm probably starting Watkins in another league, and because I'm really weak at wide receiver in that league, and I'm stacked at running back and QB and tight end, but I went really wide receiver thin, and I lost. In one league, I lost Hill too, and I'm potentially starting Watkins and Robinson because I got Mahomes, and I'm like, damn it, I'm going to roll the dice that one of these guys goes off, and they potentially both could do okay. Mahomes is that good. What's up, Joel? What's up, Ian? What do you think of Ty Johnson? I'm kind of high on him now. I think he's definitely should be grabbed in deeper leagues for sure. Good evening, MDB. What's up, A? Mozart or Robinson, waiver one priority. I go with if you need a running back, Mosert's not bad, but I go Robinson. I'm feeling it. Darwin Thompson, make sure he's not available. It was looking like he might really start, so it was Jalen Samuels, and then Connor's results came back okay, but I'm sure he's still banged up. So that kind of put a damper on Jalen Samuels' maybe breakout party, but Connor's already hurt. I'm just waiting for Jalen to get in there. Then you look at Darwin Thompson, third string, totally unusable, dropped in 100 leagues, that I look at, play in, and all that. And I didn't drop him. I dropped him in one league, I'll admit, because I needed to have a QB. But I kept him in a lot of leagues. And on my waiver wire article that I write on sleepery.com, I didn't even put Darwin on there. And then I looked at how many leagues he was available in. I had to amend my waiver wire article and say, hey, never mind, add Darwin to the list too. And so I added Darwin. Should I pick up Miami defense? No. Dynasty talk. Traded Watt. I'm going to do some more Dynasty content. I'm starting this week. I told you guys I'd bring Dynasty content I'd bring it like crazy, and I'm going to. Don't worry. Dynasty talk. Trade Watson, Fournette, and Ridley for DJ for Mahomes, Gurley, and Monty. Watson, Fournette, Ridley, and DJ. So DJ, Watson, Ridley, Mahomes, Gurley, Monty. God. Matthew, I don't know how that doesn't even compute for me. I can't even wrap my head around that because you're losing in some areas and gaining in others, and it's almost like one of those trades that makes everybody worse. I don't know. You're including too many up and down players in there. I mean, of course I want Mahomes. Let me go back to that trade. That's crazy. Of course I want Mahomes, but Watson's pretty darn good. I don't like Fournette. I don't like Gurley. But Fournette has more value probably than Gurley. DJ has more value now. Monty has more value later. Ridley's I don't know, man. What do you guys think of that trade? Help a brother out on that one. Look at my running backs, all upside. Carry on, Montgomery, Sanders, Jalen. Yeah, those are guys that need to pop. Definitely take a lap for that Miami defense. Comment, says Nicholas. It's quite the blockbuster, said Matthew. Oh, about his own trade. Take a lap for the Miami. Yep. Would you trade Zeke and I'm assuming DJ Moore for Evans and Allen? My running backs are Chubb, Fournette, Monty, and Singletary. Your wide receivers are Woods, so you're going to get... So trade Zeke and Moore, get Evans and Allen. I would keep Zeke, man. You can get better than that. My lineup is Mahomes, Zeke, Gurley, Juju, Amari, Waller, Godwin. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. What's up, Riff with the super chat? Sorry, guys. Riff and I need to have a conversation because he super chatted and you cut the line when you do that. My man, Smitty, flex, PPR, Ridley, or Marlon Mack. Whoa. What do you guys think of that one? Help a brother out with that one, too. Riff, that's a tough one. PPR, I'm going Ridley, but damn, I still like Mack, but Mack's so inconsistent, injury prone. I think in PPR you got to kind of lean wide receiver if all things are even close to equal, and they may not even be equal, man. Ridley's so good. I think Ridley could have 10 TDs this year or more. So I'm going to go Ridley. I think the majority is saying Ridley. DeMar says take a lap, Smitty, for even debating it. Boom. Everybody's wondering what I'm doing. Bench is Josh Gordon, Monty, Deshaun Jackson, and Cam Newton. I even forget what we're talking about. I took a mini lap. Next question. I'm not even out of breath. Which wide receiver should I target for Fournette in PPR Dynasty? Fournette could probably get you. You could maybe go after a Tyreek Hill and something if you're ballsy, if you got huge nads. Ridley, but Ridley just went off. I don't know if that's possible anymore. Mike Evans, go after Mike Evans. Mike Evans, Mike Thomas, you might have to give more, but that's how my mind works. T.Y. Hilton, it's a good one. But my mind works like that. Even if I'm reaching for Mike Evans, and Mike Evans might not even be a reach. You might get someone to do a straight up trade Fournette for Mike Evans because people hate Mike Evans right now. But Fournette, Mike Evans, Fournette for, even if you have to give up a little Mike Thomas, I think that's a very, very good swap if you can give up something. Like, people are all crazy about these rookies and these people popping off early. So you might be able to trade Hollywood Brown and Fournette for Mike Thomas right now. People are crazy. Do you think Howard bounces back? Who is Howard? Honestly, I don't think O.J. Howard. I don't know what to think of O.J. Howard. Would I pick him up if he got dropped? Maybe. That's how quickly that guy fell in my eyes. And I tell you not to do knee-jerk reaction type stuff, but whatever. There was talk about how there's a good chance he wouldn't be used in this offense, and after 2 weeks, it feels a little bit like that's true. My thoughts on Devin Smith: good play this week, and then we'll kind of see what's what. But I don't think I have too much of an opinion yet. Drop, lap for Scary Terry. I don't know, man. I guess Lat Murray might have lost a lot of value, but then again, you never know. Are you related to Tony Hawk? No, I get a lot of "are you related? You look like..." The one I get the most is Big Cass, the wrestler, or Slim Shady. I've gotten that in the past, but Big Cass, I resemble maybe a cousin of his, and I think I'm going to dress up as Big Cass and go to some wrestling event, see if I can get in, sign autographs. The problem is Big Cass is 7 foot, so I'm going to have to put on, put something in my shoes because I'm only 6'2". So I got to get at least to 6'5", 6'6" before I pass this Big Cass, I think. What's up, Justin? What's up, Nicholas? Big Cass, you can see it. Yeah, I guess, is this what he does? Big Cass, like big old eyes. Olsen or Herndon? I go Olsen. Sell on Gurley? If you can, dude, but what are you going to get? I mean, the cat's out of the bag that this guy's not going to get a heavy workload. You almost have to wait for him to get like 2 TDs and like 80 yards, and people go, okay, he's still going to get the efficient touches. I'll trade for him, but who's going to trade for him? This is why I definitely avoided him. So try. I mean, you could buy low on a guy that's also struggling and be like, hey, Bob, your Alvin Kamara just took a hit. I'll give you Gurley and wide receiver, low-end wide receiver 2 here for your guy. What's up, gaming? DK Metcalf, wide receiver 3 material as long as he stays healthy. My biggest concern is he won't stay healthy, but we will see. Robert Woods or Sony as your flex. I think Sony for now, but you could toss a coin on that one. Good evening, Smitty, says Maya. Drop Henderson for Darwin. You could if the news is trending in Darwin's favor. I don't know. I think he might be utilized. Does anybody know what the last news update was on Damian Williams? If someone could look it up. Are you worried about DJ's use in the Cardinals offense? I am a little bit. Adams, I am worried at the price you paid if you bought him in, at number. People were overdrafting DJ. They had him at 5 and 6, and I'm like, I'd rather have Cook. Cook was my number 5. It went the big 4 running backs and then Dalvin Cook. And Dalvin Cook's probably the number 2 or 3 overall player moving forward. Oh, Mark and I have to have a conversation because Mark just super chatted. Mike Williams or John Brown on waivers? I take John Brown. He's the number 1 for his team. Josh Allen's looking really good, and I'd rather have the number 1 for a team, especially when he's been hanging and playing better. Then I'd like to have a team's number 2, a guy, Mike Williams, that has done, he did well last year touchdown wise, but he hasn't really been, Mr. Consistency. So John Brown, John Brown, John Brown, and then take a lap. Both D. Williams and Shady still iffy, but looking like they'll both play. That's a shame. It sucks. Would you start Aaron Jones over Alvin Kamara? No. No, no, no. Find a way to play both, but you don't do that. Absolutely not. Knee contusion. Pretty sure they're both... Oh, you already said that. Or I already read what you said. Why'd you say it twice on my live? Because I read it twice. Are you worried about Adam Thielen? I'm buying low on Adam Thielen right now. So, not too worried. I actually like him more after draft day. He was overdrafted, and now I'm trading for him and liking the value I'm seeing, because you can get him for... You could trade like a Damian Williams, banged up for him. Trade Connor and Juju. I'm not a fan of Connor, so I would have said trade Connor a long time ago, but that window's probably closed for you. Juju, no. Don't sell Juju low. He can still be really good. Smitty, Daryl says, I was offered Dalvin Cook, Madison, and Galladay for Michael Thomas, Connor, Samuel. What do you think? So Cook is probably better than Thomas now, especially, but in general. Madison safeguards that. Galladay's, honestly, I think Galladay's probably as good as Connor. So I hit that button. I got offered, yeah, so hit the button and get Cook on your roster and enjoy the show. I'm going to scroll to the bottom. If I missed your question, ask it again. By Juju, says Big Timer. Dustin, Brandon Cooks, or Emmanuel Sanders. I go Cooks, but Emmanuel Sanders, there's an argument to be made. I'm just not ready to anoint him as good as Cooks, but we will see. And we're only 2 weeks in. Give Cooks a chance. Don't write Cooks off. Do you trade or keep Nick Chubb? Everything depends on what you can get, but test the trade waters. He had a touchdown, looked a little more productive. Somebody might bite. But I still like Nick Chubb, and we're only 2 weeks in. The Browns finally got going. I think they may run more. Mark Andrews or Vance McDonald. I think Mark Andrews, man, he's playing out of his mind. Jonathan, you're a beast, Smitty. Football season is upon us, and I'm killing it this year. Good job, Jonathan. When does Singletary become the Bill solo back? He's got to get healthy, stay healthy, and then we're probably looking at, a couple big, huge runs before people say, okay, time. The coaching staff especially needs to say it. Let's get him in there. So I don't think we're ready yet, but I hope that he pops off a couple big runs. But we need to get him healthy. Aguilar, nice stream, says Big Timer. What's up, Smitty, says Joe. Keep up the good work. Jimmy G or Josh Allen. I go Josh Allen. Honest Abe, Gurley, Henry, Cooper, or Cup. Ridley need to. I go Henry and Ridley. I'm tempted to say, it's tough to sit Gurley, but really is it? He could get 100 and touch in that efficient offense off of 12 carries, but he could also get you 40 yards. And so I take a guy getting more targets, like in Calvin Ridley. Better season outlook, Aaron Jones or Devonta Freeman. Aaron Jones by a mile. Take a lap, Nicholas, for asking, but congratulations on having yourself little Aaron Jones. I'm scrolling to the bottom, so if I missed it, please ask again. Sorry. You're worried with Sony. He hasn't had a broken tackle yet this year. Hopkins and Goff for Zeke. And Hopkins and Goff for Zeke. And Hopkins 2 QB league. Rodgers is your QB1. Hopkins and Goff for Zeke. Who's the other QB, man? All that matters. What's your take on the Seattle backfield situation? I mean, Carson playing good, man. But sooner you trade Eckler, the better, probably. Should I flex Smitty this week? Put me in, coach. Andrews, bro, got to play. He has 27% target share, highest of any tight end. Yeah, play Andrews. Play Andrews. Silver's right. Thoughts on Disley? He's okay if you're lost in Njoku, who, God, He's so much talent, but damn Baker Mayfield tossing that ball up and Baker concussion maker. Opinion on Eckler. He's a low end running back one, but he has an expiration date. Even if Gordon comes back and they share, Eckler's going to vanish a little bit. So now is the time to sell Eckler, and people are treating him like a running back one because they don't really fear Gordon coming back soon. Is Galladay close to Juju's level? I'm not going to say not close, but I definitely think that Juju is by far worth more. Will Carry-On get enough snaps to be consistent every week? I don't know. I've been kind of a little cautious on Carry-On. Kind of got overdrafted. People were near second-round value on him, and I'm like, okay, he's late third, probably early fourth is more of my thinking because there is a lot of risk there, but they run a lot. So if he stays healthy, I think they'll feed him. Baker, concussion maker. What would you seek for Eckler in a trade? You could go try and get Josh Gordon and go that route, or you could trade Eckler and try and get like a Evans. You need to buy low studs, man. Even if you could give Eckler and a receiver and give Thomas, Eckler and a running back, or whatever they want. Eckler and a running back for Kamara. Eckler for Mike Evans, I would do straight up. Rudolph played with James Washington. Yeah, they're old teammates, so Mason Rudolph and Washington could connect big time. And Mason Rudolph is a good quarterback. I've said this for over a year. When anybody asks me, name somebody no one knows is going to come into the league and play well. Rudolph has always been one of the first names that come out of my mouth. This year, too, I've also talked about rookie Greer all preseason. Hey, if he ever has to start and Cam's banged up already, don't be surprised if Greer and Rudolph look really damn good for the future. Do you think Mike Evans will bounce back? Yeah, I mean, he's elite. And he's played with Winston before. Winston's not a new QB situation for him. So 2 weeks in, Winston, if he doesn't try and chew off his hand during any kind of prep talk, pregame warm-up thing, if anybody's seen that, it's crazy. Then he should be able to get Evans the ball. If I missed your question, ask it again. Sorry. It's too hard to scroll on my phone. Back up. Stream Witten probably for now until he gets hurt. Thoughts on Jags QB? I think you're asking. He's okay. Any college players standing out for you Dynasty drafts next year? I'm gonna wait to do my college analysis because I really focus so much on the NFL until about November, December, when I start looking at tons of film, because so many things can happen, injuries. I have so much on my plate already that I got to do for the now that I want to take care of you guys during the end season. But I do all my rookie scouting usually a lot more than most people. So not only will you have like my opinion, you'll have like a detailed breakdowns of video clips that I'll embed in the page, and I'll break it down good on sleeperu.com. Where? sleeperu.com. And I also have another promotion that I'm kind of running here right now. If you guys want a phone call from me, I will do this for every single one of you that does this. If you go to Monkey Knife Fight using you have to use the exact URL. So you go to Monkey Knife Fight, you go to this website right here, mkf.win/Smitty. mkf.win/Smitty. Go to that URL, make a deposit, take a screenshot of it, email me, Smitty at SleeperU. Email me the screenshot of your deposit and your phone number, and I will call you. I got to keep it short because I'm doing a lot of these calls, so it'll be like an 8-minute call. So you got to go to this URL. It doesn't count if you just go to the site and do a deposit. You got to go through the link. KF, it's for Monkey Knife Fight, mkf.win/Smitty, mkf.win/Smitty. Make a deposit, daily fantasy. Monkey Knife Fight is a great site. They're up and coming. Make a deposit, play some fantasy. I think it's like a $10 minimum or $15 minimum. I'm not sure what the minimum is. They'll match up to 50% of your first deposit too. So if you put down 20, they'll give you 20 on your first deposit if you're a new account with them. mkf.win/Smitty. And if you go there, you deposit, you play through that link, and then you call me. You can't in AZ, big timer, unfortunately. And or you call me. I call you. You don't call me. I call you. That was a little bit loud. Screenshot your deposit. Email it to me at Smitty at SleeperU, and I will call you. Give me your phone number. I will call you for 8 minutes. We'll talk fantasy football, relationships, failed relationships, relationships that work. I could give you advice on both, or we could talk about whatever. Take a lap together. But that's my commitment to you. If you go through that link, now don't go another way. You got to go through the link, or it's not going to count. So there's that. I think there's a question. What was it? Smitty, do you do this full time? Yes. I've been doing fantasy football for 16 years. I have had spurts where I've done a lot of IT work, and I do web development and like video production stuff when it pops on my plate and I can't say no to a project or something. So I keep myself really busy. But yes, I do. Eckler and Lockett for Juju. I like the Juju side for the long term this year because Eckler could vanish. And I know that might not sit well with some people because they like Lockett a lot. But is Damian Williams a must start? Not if he's hurt, man. And right now, I don't know. AB, Monty, or Godwin. That's why you got to have Darwin right now if he's available because you don't know what's going to happen. Do I trade CMC for Mike Thomas and Josh Jacobs? Probably. That's a pretty darn... God, that's tough. What do you guys think? CMC or Jacobs and Mike Thomas together? That's crazy. That's a crazy move. You guys like CMC more? Honest Abe, thank you for answering questions. You are the best fantasy expert on the YouTube. Thank you, Honest Abe. You're a very honest man. CMC. Yes, Oakland can't pass. MT says do it. Paulie Cat says no. Keep CMC. Leonard says ride it out with CMC. Got to see what's what with Jacobs' groin. True. And keep in mind, guys, Jacobs has never carried more than 640 yards in college. Talk about rookie wall. Rookie wall is going to hit him in week 3. Maybe he'll get through it after week 5 or 6 and get back on track, though. Sometimes rookies can push through the rookie wall, but a rookie wall is probably likely. If I missed your question, ask it again. I'm not ignoring you. There's just a lot of them going through. What is Joe Mixon doing? Exactly what I thought he'd do, which is scare the hell out of people who drafted him. Who would you rather have the rest of the season, Kupp or Ridley? Ridley by a mile, and I went on and did a bet with like 2 or 3 analysts on that same question. Ridley's going to blow Kupp out of the water because I think Kupp gets hurt. Kupp rushed back. Looks good, but you're compensating. Just like Geis. What did I say about Geis? He's compensating. Even though he looked 100% in his drills, he couldn't have been. And when you can't be 100%, but you look it, that means you're compensating. And another part of your body's taking over and overworking itself to the degree it's going to tear or you're going to get hurt. That's why guys rip their groin muscle off, the bone. Oh, that's got to hurt. You can't take many laps with that going on. Jags D back. Are Fournette and Freeman going to be a bust? Probably, if I had to guess right now. Boyd, Galladay, or Monty. Pick 2. Monty and... God, PPR, I mean, you would... I don't know, flip a coin, man. Boyd and Galladay and PPR could be, like, safer. But I want to say, like, Galladay and Monty. But that's a tough one. Smitty, here's my squad. Running backs are Montgomery, Devonta Freeman, Singletary, Samuels, Hendy, Hunt, Darwin. I need to trade Watkins for a running back too. Thoughts? Help. Well, Watkins was the guy to trade last week. After this week, I don't know that you're going to get near the value you would have got last week because people were like, dude, this guy could be in that wide receiver one. Now, Demarcus Robinson's going to scare people. Even if Watkins goes off, people might be scared that he's going to rotate. But maybe you get rid of Devonta Freeman and Watkins for a Chubb or a Mike Evans. Figure something out along those lines. Got offered Julio, Mack, and Fitz for Montgomery, Aaron Jones, and Boyd. Julio, Mack, Fitz, Montgomery, Aaron Jones, and Boyd. I like Aaron Jones, Boyd, and Montgomery. Oh, God, I don't know. Julio, I worry about for the future. I don't know so much about this year. I think, he always worries me with that foot, but that's pretty darn close. Because Montgomery's not there yet, it makes the Julio side more attractive. But if Montgomery gets going, that side's going to look good. Baker looks like he's running for his life out there. I'm scared for him. Yeah, he's getting hit too much. It's not looking great right now, but at least they did okay. Yeah, Smitty, I was wanting to do Devonta Freeman and Sammy for Chubb last week. Owner didn't accept. Try for Mike Evans. Try for... I don't know. There's definitely some options. What do you think, Samuel and Hardman? Debo Samuel, love Debo. I like Hardman a lot, but Debo might be more efficient in week 3 and probably for his rookie year. But I like both for the future. I think Debo is the next Steve Smith meets Anquan Bolden. Should I trade Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, or will he keep this up? I think he's going to slow down and have I think he goes missing in the middle of the year. That's how that typically goes. Just like when a quarterback throws for 5 TDs in the first half, he throws for 0 TDs in the second half. Is that not how it goes almost every time? That's the same thing for a guy that gets off to a crazy, crazy start. He vanishes for a string of games and washes it out. So could he keep going for 3 or 4 weeks? Yeah, but I think he goes missing, but he could return again. So I don't know that I'd trade him low or anything, but I'm just saying don't expect him to be a top 5 wide receiver. Should I trade T.Y. Hilton and Lindsey for Mack? No, I wouldn't, because I like T.Y. Hilton as much as I like Mack. Have Evans tried for Juju one time and Mike Thomas and a different team. Okay, yeah. Chubb and Diggs for Michael Thomas and David Montgomery. I take David Montgomery and Mike Thomas in a heartbeat, my friend. In a heartbeat. Mike Thomas over Chubb and David Montgomery over Diggs. My other running backs are Cook and Sanders. Hyde or Mostert long term. Probably Hyde, but God, I don't think either are going to be even playing by week 10. But who knows? AB, Monty, or Godwin flex this week. I think AB, if he's playing, you almost can't of that. Silver says look up. All right, Silver, only for you. I'm going to scroll up. Only for you, Silver. And boy, your question's up here a ways. Where is your question, Silver? There it is. Josh Jacobs has a groin issue. That's the last thing I see for you. Or are you just pointing, saying like what he said? I'm hoping Juju has a bad game, or I just do Watkins for carry-on straight up. I mean, Watkins for carry-on straight up's not that bad. You might want to do that. It was for the DeMarcus question, bro. He asked like 5 times. Okay. Where is that? Oh, DeMar's question. DeMarcus. DeMar, AB, Monty, or Godwin. So I answered that one, AB. Okay. I took care of him. How is your fantasy team doing through, though you're probably at about 10? I'm in 14, John. Get it right. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you guys here, okay? There's one league where I must have set my lineup. I do 14. I do 14 leagues. Like, give me a break. And honestly, there's a couple of them I did it, and I just don't care because, like, there's no money involved. There's, I don't know, okay competition in it, like not huge fantasy sites in it, but I accepted it, whatever. And so there's some of them I really don't, like, put much effort into. I should because, my rep's on the line. But there's a couple of them I honestly don't focus on too much. because I only have so much Smitty resource to give. And I thought I set my lineup in it, and it must have gave me like a red error, like you tried to set too many, running backs or whatever. I don't know. I didn't look at the red error, and I thought I set it, and I went back and looked at it. 0 points for week 1. I was like, shit. But I won my week 2 matchup, so I'm 1-1. I'm going to come back from that. But no, I'm doing pretty good in a lot of my leagues. I mean, one of my expert leagues, it sucks about the Kamara situation, but I think, like I said, it could work out for Kamara, and I think he could still be a top 5 running back. Is he locked for that? No. Is there a risk that he won't be? Sure. But in that league, I have, it's an expert league. It's a big league. I have Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, and Saquon Barkley, and Deshaun Watson. And then before the year started, my receivers were bad, but I had John Brown. So John Brown's kicking it. Conley, he's doing okay. And then I might have put a bid for somebody in. The stream ain't working. For what? Refresh, got an error occurred. Video won't load, but it's late here in Philly. Thanks, Smitty. Really? It's not working? Can you guys see me now? It's working? Huh. Walk around a bit. Working here. Freaking knees are horrible. Ever since I started talking bad about Todd Gurley, my knees started hurting more and more. Every Todd Gurley video I've done, I blame those for my knees. Dude, you on the West Coast? Yeah, it's only like 10 or whatever it is. What time is it Eastern right now? Later, Honest Abe. Smitty and I are Mahomes. 1 a.m., so that means it's 10 a.m. Or 10 a.m., 10 p.m. 10 p.m. 10 p.m. How much free agency bidding do I spend on Demarcus Robinson? I'm going to say that I would drop. It depends. I mean, this question is like asking an IDP question. It's so hard to answer that because in your league, you might have everybody drop every dime they have on a player when they want a player. I have a league where literally, if you like somebody and you have $100, you got to spend all 100 on them every time. So you have people losing their $100 in week 1, and then they can bid 0 on a guy or pick them up free after each week bidding occurs. Later, guys, if you're leaving. So I spent $100 on Robinson in one of my leagues because you have to, or you can't get anybody. Everybody waits when they want a guy. It's $100. They spend all their bidding on it. In other leagues, people spend like 20 or 30 bucks out of their 100, and they never spend more than that. So I can't answer your question for you, but I will say that I would be very tempted to spend what the trend is for a very expensive player. Maybe not the most you've ever seen, but I definitely I'm all about getting a guy like that can make an impact to win your league. Even if you miss it, it's a good opportunity and a good attempt, a good swing. So Robinson feels like that kind of guy. He could maybe be a difference maker, and he might not be. Is Dak a good trade for CMC? I have Mahomes, CMC, owners Winston and Darnold. Is Dak a good trade for CMC? Of course. Yeah, I mean, dude, you can't get Christian McCaffrey for Dak, can you? What league are you playing in? Everyone in your league needs to take a lap. It's scooter time. I don't see one. I will find a scooter soon. All your new subscribers haven't seen it yet. Need a running back and willing to give up Robbie Anderson. Who should you target? I don't know that anybody's going to give you that much for Robbie Anderson, man. I don't know. Adams for Kamara. That's close. I mean, I would do it. I take Kamara, but I'm a gambling man. I'm a dice roller, and I think Breeze is coming back. He'll still be back for week 10 on, and they'll have already had their bye, I believe. So it's not like Kamara is going to be without Breeze all year. So I look for that. I look to do that, and I think Adams and Kamara are very close. during the time that Breeze is out. But he could also be just as good. I don't know. What do you guys think? Aaron Jones or David Montgomery? I think Montgomery for the long term, maybe Aaron Jones right now. So you got to kind of pick what you want. What's up, Smitty? Delivering stomach punches while on the scooter. Yeah, remember when I almost crashed into that guy? That was hilarious. Thoughts on Hollywood Brown? Remember, he will be better than Odell Beckham Jr.'s rookie year. I like him. Best buy low guys: Mike Thomas, Mike Evans, Alvin Kamara, Juju Smith-Schuster. Go get him. George Kittle. Hyde or Justin Jackson? Hyde. I like Hollywood, man. Great flex play. He definitely is big timer. Evan Ingram or Mark Andrews? I go Mark Andrews right now, but I like both. But Mark Andrews is playing great. Should I trade for AB? AB for Juju? Yes. Go get Juju. Get out of that risky AB situation. Could it be a risk? Could AB just be out, lights out all year? Yeah, but he could also be gone by week 5. And that's if he doesn't get into any more trouble, if no more shoes drop. So, yeah, go get Juju. If you can get Juju for AB, that's freaking magic, bro. It's safe. Every Jets wide receiver is a dump. Luke Falk is as QB, yeah. What's up, Smitty? Delivering. Oh, already read that. Scrolling to the bottom. If I missed you, repost it. Sorry. Should I give up Fournette and Cooper for Mike Thomas? Fournette and Cooper. That's a little bit too much given the market value for both, but I can't say I don't like the idea, but can you get more back? Watson for Baker and AB. That's one of those trades where I like the use of AB in upgrading into a monster player from another player. And I think that while I would have said hell no 2 weeks ago, I think that Watson's a whole level above Baker. Adapt and adjust. I'm not saying that Baker can't be a top 5 or 6 QB. He can. I think he definitely can. But he just fell into that tier below, and it's Watson, A-Rod, and Mahomes. Like, Mahomes is in a tier by himself, but then Watson and A-Rod are right there, and then below that, that's when Baker can compete with those guys. What is Mason Rudolph Dynasty value? I like him a lot. I think in Dynasty he could be a top 10 guy. Let's pump the brakes on predicting more than that, but I think he's got potential to be better. C-Mac for Mac and David Montgomery. Yes, take C-Mac. I knew the answer before I asked it, says A. What is Mason Rudolph's Dynasty? I already saw that. Do you stay away from Steelers offense after Big Ben? No, I like Juju. I buy low. I like Jalen Samuels. I never wanted James Conner. What is this answer, or this, you knew the answer when you asked it or whatever. Post it again. I'm curious. Being offered Baker and Fournette for Kamara. No. Super flex. Oh, down to only Brissett. That makes it tougher, but I don't know, man. I keep Kamara. That's tough, though. Well, what is Dak worth then? He's not worth Kamara or any of those guys. Can you get that, E, or are you just trying to come up with an offer? Is that you trying to come up with an offer, E? I thought you had that on the table. I was like, E, go take that right now. Is there anyone better than Barkley for a possible trade? Yeah. Well, yeah, Barkley's probably the safest guy right now. But I think Cook is right there. I think Zeke is going to be fine. Super chat by Ghost. Me and Ghost have to have a one-on-one conversation. So you guys, pardon us for a second. He super chatted me. Freeman or Hardman at flex? Which Freeman? I'll give you both answers. If it's Devonta Freeman, I think I go Mecole Hardman until I see something out of Devonta Freeman. If it's Royce Freeman, I definitely go Mecole Hardman. But Ghost, that's a tough one. Anything can happen. Even Royce Freeman could outscore Mecole Hardman. And Devonta could be nothing, or he could have a bounce-back game finally. But, yes, I dropped Justin Jackson for Debo. So I think that might have been. Hopefully that was his answer. Every league I own Mahomes, says Big Timer. Cook, it's worth to upgrade to a little from Ingram? Yeah, I'd upgrade, but I don't know what you're asking. If there was a question tied to that earlier, I totally lost on tying that to your question. So maybe ask it again. Any in the chat care to answer? Sorry, E. You're probably asking me to come up with something for you. I'm sorry, E. I wasn't trying to ignore you. There's a lot going on. Dak, let's help E out. What can you... But I think I was asking you, maybe you answered me. I got Dak and Mahomes. Let me look at E's question. Sorry, E. Offer. Well, what is Dak worth then? Okay, so I was kind of waiting for you to explain it more to me, what was going on, because it seemed like you had a trade on the table. For Dak, if it's a 1 QB league, is it a 1 QB league, E? I don't own Mahomes in every... Answer that for me so I can move forward with your question. Maybe Mike Evans, that'd be crazy to pull off. Yeah, okay, 1 QB league, great one to toss out there. Again, E, I wasn't trying to ignore you. Mike Evans is a great one to go after. Honestly, you might think this is crazy, but Melvin Gordon eventually might become way more valuable than Dak. Right now, he's not. It's just something to think about. Tyreek Hill, same thing. As you get closer to him returning, then again, what if he doesn't ever come back? What if he has? I mean, his sternum right here, where your collarbone connects right with your ribs. That's where he kind of hurt it, and there's a lot of rotating there. Man, I can't imagine almost breaking that. So, but Tyreek Hill, I mean, Dak's not gonna I think continue to be a top 5 or anything. So I trade Dak if you can, or trade if you're struggling and you think you can't win. Trade Mahomes. I hate to say that, earmuffs to anybody, big timer, everybody, but if you can't win, and you like Dak and you believe in Dak, then you could trade Mahomes and get someone huge. But Dak is not. I don't think Dak's going to be top 5. Taysom is a guy to grab in a super flex. He's kind of like a creative starter. Just traded Goff and Boyd for Devontae Adams. What do you think? Goff and Boyd for D. Adams. That's fantastic. Good job. Can you start both Robinson and Hardman? I'm starting both Robinson and Sammy Watkins. But it's because my team is really weak at wide receiver and super strong at running back and QB. And I got Mahomes, so. Thompson first. Diggs, Oakland. Or, your matchup. Or Fournette, Tennessee, PPR this week. I guess Fournette for now. But I don't believe in him. Incredible... Dude, you can single-handedly win your week. Yes, you can. What's your preferred? I think a bug just flew in my nose. What's your preferred keeper league format? Where Dynasty, where you keep everybody for as long as you want, or the keeper league I'm in, where you keep a player around earlier every year. And I think it's 2 rounds in the first year, but I would be fine with every year, one round. So if you draft a guy in the 15th round and you want to keep him, you keep 3 guys only. The next year he'd be a 15. The next year he'd be a 14, 13, 12. In that league that I'm at, with probably the biggest expert league I'm in, I think I have Baker, who isn't looking as good as I thought he was going to look for that keeper value. But as a 15th rounder, I have Devontae Adams in the 10th round because he was kept way back in his rookie year. So I had Devontae Adams, Baker, and Kittle as my keepers, all past round 9 or 10. And then I drafted Odell, and I drafted, who was my other player? Odell and Mike Thomas or something. So I have a really good team in that league. I think I'm 2-0. And I love it. And I'm not even playing out of my mind with some of those guys. So I feel like that's a good way to do, because that rewards people that are really good at drafting late, drafting sleepers. So you get a guy in round 15, you get a guy in round 14, you pick up a waiver wire guy, he's worth a 15th rounder or whatever. It's a good way to do a dynasty. Mahomes ruined all keeper leagues Yeah. Big timer. He is a god talking about Mahomes. Godwin and Boyd for Evans. No. Unless you are benching one of those guys every week, then maybe. Smitty hates DJ, but he's better than Cook. I don't hate DJ. I don't hate DJ. I ranked him like 8 or 9 overall. But Cook, I ranked 5, and Cook is blasting DJ. So I don't know. DeMar, I think we're pretty dead on with Cook being better than DJ. Who needs to take a lap, DeMar? Me for liking Cook over DJ? Tell me you're not telling me to take a lap for liking Cook over DJ, because you're going to get lapped out of this room from all these people. I won't even have to do anything if that's what you're saying. Oh, DeMar, don't do it. DeMar. You just put that on the screen. That DJ over Cook. You're going to get blasted here in a second. DeMar, you want me to show you how much more everybody likes Cook than DJ? Everybody on the count of 3, I want you to throw fire on the screen if you like Cook more than DJ, and I want you to throw a thumbs up if you like DJ more than Cook. Okay? On the count of 5, I want all fire emojis for Cook. I want all thumbs up for DJ. Go. Let's see, DeMar. How? There's DeMar. Cook. Ian likes him. Cook. $5. JC with a super chat, $5. Which wide receiver would you drop for Darwin Thompson? Fitzgerald, Emmanuel Sanders, Tyler Boyd, or Mecole Hardman? I drop Mecole Hardman in that situation because, I mean, those other wide receivers are really, really good. But he could have a big week, man. It's so hard to tell you to do that, but that would be the player you'd have to drop. Cook. Ian was kidding. Ian's even Cook. DeMar, you just lost your only guy that was voting with you. He was joking. So, DeMar, I feel a little bit vindicated. I still appreciate you, Brofist, but you got burned by the Cook. The Cook burned you, bro, completely. There wasn't, I don't think, one people, because Ian took it back, that agreed that David Johnson is better than Cook. And how the hell can you think that after Cook has been lighting the league on fire? DeMar's taking a lap. Attaboy. At least he's honest, and this is a Cook community. We're cooking up in this mug. Who would you get in return for Cook? Dude, I don't even think you can get enough for Cook. You'd have to get like, I don't even know that I want to trade him at all. You'd have to get like Adams and like, let's say you had no QB and you got Devontae Adams and like Watson and you had like 0 QBs. Like that would be the only thing you could even like consider trading Cook for if your team was just going to fall apart and you had to trade him. DeMar, we just got through this. You could probably trade Cook for DJ. Not a chance, DeMar. You couldn't get your grandma that doesn't know anything about football to trade Dalvin Cook to acquire your DJ right now. Cook is the best running back in the league. DeMar, I'm sensing a little attachment to DJ right now that you can't let go. There's no way anybody's trading Dalvin Cook for DJ. First of all, DJ's struggling. Dalvin Cook is going crazy. So that in itself would make that an impossible feat. But I still appreciate you. Dude is thinking on Devontae Adams for Kamara offer. I'll keep you posted. Yeah, and I'm not saying that that's like a home run, but I take Kamara. DJ's not struggling. I don't know if you'd say DJ's hitting it out of the park, though. Cook is absolutely exploding. He meant Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks. Now we're talking. Now we're talking the even Steven type trade. I'm just kidding. I like DJ. I don't hate DJ. I'm from Arizona. Jake with the super chat. Jake, I'm 2-0. I got Brady and Baker at QB. Got Cook. You got Cook. Sony, Sanders, Singletary, and Monty. Receivers are Hopkins, Thielen. Dude, you got a nice team. Ridley, help me with OJ. What's your question then? Help me with OJ. You mean like get a better tight end? Jake, ask me a follow-up on that because it got cut off. Maybe you asked more in that question. I don't know. But it says help me with OJ and then it cuts off. So please continue your question, Jake, and I will help you out with that. Tell me what tight ends are available and I can help you. Herndon Polycat says, I know Cook is looking better right now, but I honestly feel like he's more injury prone than DJ. I don't know. You can make an argument for both those guys being injury prone. What do I say? What do I do at tight end? Sorry, no problem. Can you tell me what tight ends are available? List like the top, like 7, 10 tight ends that are available. Hooper or Andrews in standard. You got to go Andrews, man. Justin Young says Hooper or Andrews. Andrews is playing out of his mind. You gotta put him in. But you know, I've seen that question a couple times, so you're not like off base for thinking it. But honestly, man, I wouldn't even hesitate Andrews. What should I look for in return if I have Kittle and Andrews and want to trade one to upgrade elsewhere? You might have to trade Kittle. I don't know. People love Andrews. Maybe you could try and acquire like try to get like a Mike Evans for Andrews and something, man. Try and go after Juju somehow. Like, make it more complicated. Don't just do a 1-for-1. Cuff Cook with Madison and you're Gucci. Trade Eckler for Amari Cooper. I'm getting like some mosquito bites out here or something. What the hell? Jake, go for Kittle. Jake, did you reply with the top available tight ends? I'm looking, Jake. No, I don't see it. Drop Njoku for Darwin? Probably, if you have Hawkinson, yeah. For right now. You have A.J. Green and Melvin Gordon. Should I trade them? Green it got announced that Green might be out longer. Melvin Gordon's not playing. I don't know if selling now is the right time. Melvin Gordon's a great stash. You'd be better off waiting a little while and having him turn into a top 5 to 10 running back, then trade him. If you trade him now, it's like selling your house at an all-time low before the housing market is going to bubble up. Should I trade Adams and Damian Williams for John Ross? Or, I'm sorry, Adams, Damian, and John Ross for Saquon. Yeah. Lucas, congratulations on that trade, but then take a lap for asking that question. It's a fantastic trade, bro. Be very happy about that. Should I trade Eckler for Amari Cooper? AB worries you. Yeah, that's a pretty decent trade, but yeah, Eckler's playing out of his mind, but he's got an expiration date potentially. What's the latest on Williams? Knee contusion. We don't know yet. McCoy. Why are we buying Thompson? Because McCoy loves playing banged up, you're saying? Because Darwin's exciting, man. Damn, thank you, bro. I don't know what I did or if you're thanking somebody else, but you're welcome. On their behalf or mine. McDonald, Devonta Freeman, Hardman, flex. I go Hardman, but McDonald's tempting because I think he'll be used a ton with Mason Rudolph. How do you feel about Boyd when AJ comes back? Well, AJ might be out longer, but I think Boyd's going to mature enough to grab a really good kung fu grip on that workload. Yeah, Saquon will be better with Daniel Jones. I do agree with that. Less 3 and outs are going to mean more time, more shots at a touchdown. AJ is dead. Godwin for which receiver in return? Godwin, Mike Evans, try Mike Thomas if you give up more. Will AJ be guaranteed start when he comes back? Yeah, of course. Jake, had to refresh. What do I trade for Kittle? Jake, who's your full team, Jake? You don't. Let's see. Let me scroll up. I don't know if you told us. Jake, I'm 2-0. I got Brady, Baker, got Cook, Sony. Oh, you did. Cook, Sony, Sanders, Singletary, Monty. Receivers are Hopkins, Thielen, Kirk, Ridley. Kittle. You could probably get Kittle for Sony, Michel, and Sanders, or Sony, Michel, and Kirk. You could probably get Kittle for Ridley, which, I mean, you could argue Ridley's better. I'm just trying to throw it out there. Singletary for Kittle. Even if Singletary goes nuts, I think Kittle's going to go nuts too, so I'd be okay with that. So I'd try and move Sony, Sanders, Singletary, Ridley by himself. Thielen by himself for Kittle isn't a horrible idea, although I do like Thielen a lot more than I did heading into the year because now he's cheaper. But Kittle and Thielen, that's a pretty even swap. And if you need a tight end, that's pretty good. But I will say, you wouldn't be crazy, Jake, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong here. I totally don't know what to do with OJ Howard either. I don't know if I even have him in the league anymore. But OJ Howard, the odds of him maybe doing well and not making any moves, unless it's your backups, unless you're trading Sony Michel and potentially Singletary for Kittle. But to move like a Thielen, you might be better off trying to see who's on waivers and maybe even rolling with OJ for another week or two before you trade a guy like Thielen. That would be my thought. But I would definitely trade a guy you're not starting in a couple of them for Kittle, if you can. Smitty, do you see Singletary struggle to get back in rhythm? I don't know. I'm torn. I hope not. I'm trying not to let my excitement and bias of loving the guy influence that. So I'm going to say I'm expecting him to bounce back, but is it a guarantee? No. You gave me great advice, brother. These Q&As are these live Q&As that you do are clean. Thank you. Willing to move, if I can read. Willing to move all of them. I'll try, Jake says. Smitty, I have Singletary as my flex, but he's injured. And Lindsay, I smell a Cinnabon. Damn, they must be cooking Cinnabons in there. I can trade Lindsay and Lockett for Hollywood. No, a lot of people like Lockett as much as Hollywood, man. I don't know that I'd be doing that. Darwin Thompson or James Washington. Darwin. I take the gamble. Michael, no Ridley is playing out of his mind. Sustainable. Yeah, I can get along with that. Thumbs up, people, says E. E, where are we at? E, weren't you looking at something for me? Or no, did we take care of you with Dak? Thoughts on Kamara moving forward? Oliver, you might have missed it in the beginning, but I'm thinking that they weren't using him right to begin with. Do I like him used properly with Breeze under center? Yeah, I like him more. Do I like Kamara better used properly than unused properly with Breeze in this offense with Taysom and Bridgewater? I'd rather Kamara be used properly, and I think they will start to run him a lot and use him a ton more because now they have to. I like him better in that situation than even with Breeze underutilized. So, damn, those Cinnabons smell good. I wish you guys could. We're good, thanks, says E. Okay, just making sure. Drop in Joku for Witten. Probably right now. I take Olsen more until he gets hurt. All right, guys. I'm going to call it. I got a radio show tomorrow. Also, I want to say Monkey Knife Fight. If you guys want a phone call from me, I'll give you an 8-minute phone call. If you go to MKF Monkey Knife Fight, mkf.win, mkf.win/Smitty. And it's got to be a new account. You can't have played there before or have another login. They track that. A new account, mkf.win/Smitty. Make a deposit, screenshot that, and email it to me at Smitty at Sleeper U. And email it to me there with your phone number, and I will give you a phone call. But I got to see the evidence of it. You got to use that link. Super chat? Did I miss one? Oh, Austin. I'm sorry. Austin. Damn. How did I miss that? Austin super chatted. Should I trade Eckler and Montgomery for Bell or DJ? Eckler and Montgomery for... Yes. I'd do that trade for either one. And I'm a big Montgomery fan. But I think that's an upgrade. And I think Bell looked really good. He got 10 receptions. I like Bell a lot. I think that offense is going to struggle a little bit, but they still found a way to run the ball. I'd be tempted in a dynasty. I'd say no. But in a redraft with Eckler, with our expiration date, with Monty's role not being completely defined yet, and that's me loving Monty, but you have to be realistic and say, well, could it take more weeks for Monty to get going? Could you lose 2 games and then now you don't even make the playoffs and Monty's playing great and it doesn't even matter? So you got to kind of think, logically about it all. So email me a screenshot of your 10 or 15 or whatever deposit on mkf.win/Smitty. You got to go through that link. Email me proof of deposit. Send it my way, and I will give you an 8 to 10 minute phone call. Talk to you guys later. Make sure you go to sleeperu.com if you haven't already. Subscribe. Get a membership there for just a low price of $29.99. And it comes with a one-on-one advice and all the rankings, bowl predictions. And then, of course, make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel. And please drop a thumbs up on our way out the door. And then when this video processes, you can then ask me a question at the bottom because all the comments will be cleared out. And it'll be your chance to ask me a question and for me to probably see it right away.